Can you imagine your family pet being put down for something that comes naturally to them? Our beloved pets are getting put to death on a regular basis, and your own pet could be in danger. My family pet is one that breed specific legislation targets. Breed specific, breed specific legislation needs to be eliminated altogether. First, I'm going to talk about how BSL is unjust and simply doesn't work. Second, I'm going to propose ways that will help eliminate breed specific legislation and will also help to protect our responsible dog owners and our beloved pets. Third, I'm going to talk about the states and countries that do not enforce breed specific legislation and instead they protect our responsible dog owners and have well rounded pets. Breed specific legislation, or BSL for short, is unjust and is not an effective way of stopping dog bites. In fact, it is discriminatory against our responsible dog owners. BSL tends to force families apart. When a family gets a dog, that dog becomes a part of their family. If they live in an area where BSL is enforced, they run the risk of losing that family member, and kids lose their best friend. Sometimes families feel like they are forced to move out of that area that supports BSL. They leave their areas and they leave their family homes. They make that choice so they're able to keep their family together. These moves can create financial hardships and can create an even harder problem for families who are already struggling. The average person has a hard time identifying their breed when they are in the midst of a dog fight scenario. When reporting these bites, the average person is not always 100% correct. There are a lot of mixed breeds out there and that are not that do not look like a well-known dog. Dog bites are also not reported correctly. Think about it. If you got bit by a Chihuahua, would you report that? But if you got bit by a pit bull, you'd have to go to the ER and they will eventually report it. So BSL is very unjust, so I am going to propose a few solutions that we could use so we could help eliminate BSL. To appease the public and cut down on dog bites, there are a few simple things a dog owner can do. They can walk into any pet store and purchase any equipment there. They can purchase a muzzle, which is a contraption that goes over a dog's snout that will stop them from biting pretty much anything. Along with that muzzle, they can purchase an electric collar. This collar will stop a dog in its tracks while it is in motion running towards something. Outside of the equipment, dog owners can do small home repairs. They can install a fence high enough around their entire property. This fence will ensure that their dog stays inside and unwanted guests stay out. They can also post beware of dog signs around their entire property. This will let the neighborhood know that they do have an aggressive breed. Aggressive breeds such as a pit bull, a Rottweiler, or even a German Shepherd, which BSL considers to be aggressive. So outside of the equipment and small home repairs, responsible dog owners can get proper training and make sure that there is well socialization. You can go to any city and every place offers proper training to help the dog learn obedience. Outside of learning obedience, you can have that dog socialized by simply taking that dog to a dog park or just a simple walk around the neighborhood to help that dog become familiar of their surroundings and other dogs. Now that I have talked about how unjust BSL is and offered a few solutions that will help eliminate BSL, I'm going to talk about the advantages of being a responsible dog owner and being properly educated. Proper breed care and responsibility has many advantages that are extremely positive outside of simply banning these specific breeds. There are already many countries in our world that do not enforce BSL. Instead, they make sure their dog owners are properly educated and leading their dogs to be very well behaved. The Netherlands, all around Africa, and parts of China are just a few countries that do not enforce breed specific legislation. Outside of our countries, there are states right here in our nation that do not support breed specific legislation. States such as California, Florida, and New York do not enforce BSL. Instead, they ensure that dog owners are properly trained and responsible and that the community is safe. Responsible dog owners can lead to well-rounded behaved pets. With the proper training and these pets becoming well socialized, these dogs have the ability to be better behaved than other breeds. This training and socialization and behavior will lead to less dog attacks, less dog bites by these breeds, which will help eliminate BSL. Breed-specific legislation needs to be eliminated. It is unjust and simply does not work. BSL, we need to protect the rights of our responsible dog owners and ensure that we have some well-behaved dogs. There are already states and countries that do not enforce BSL. Instead, they focus on protecting our dog owners and have well-rounded dogs. How would you and your family feel if your pet was taken away due to an unjust legislation?